Hello and welcome to another live lesson. I'm just sorry, I'm just a tad late, tad being a little bit. I hope you're all doing well and you've had a really good morning. So, sorry, I'm a tad late. So that's the first little British term that we can look at. Actually, tad. Tad is another word for little. So I'm a tad late, which means I'm a little late. Sandra, good afternoon. Lovely to see you here. Hope you are doing well, and I hope you have had a good morning. To those of you who are watching, who had lessons this morning, I hope you had good lessons as well. LVS.com, lovely to see you. Buenas tardes to you as well, LVS.com. Thank you so much for joining in. Bruno, Okada, konnichiwa as well. Lovely to see you here. Sandra, I forgot to say, guten Tag, actually. In today's lesson, we are going to look at British English, words and phrases. So by the end of it, you guys hopefully will have learned some really good British English language that you can use and hopefully straight away after the lesson. Sandra says she's fine. Excellent. Lovely to hear that, Sandra. So, yeah, British English all the way today. It's a Thursday, so it's coming to the end of the week. Of what I can say has been a very hot week. Very hot week in Malta. And yeah, the first word is tad. And we can always use tad in a different way. I'll give you some more examples of how we can use this word tad. Irina F says, hi. Hi, Irina. Lovely to see you here. I hope you've had a good morning and you're having a good day. So, yeah. So, let's see. Tad. So, like I said, tad is another word for little, and we can use it in lots of different ways. Which I'll give you some examples as well. But what I would say is, guys, today, feel free to take notes because I think we're going to come across some good words that you can use. So, for instance, let's see. Would you like some more wine? And you can reply, ooh, just a tad, please. So yes, tad is a small amount. It's a little. So we can use it in different ways, and it's a really good word to use. It's British English, as far as I'm aware. I always use it, and yeah, it just means a little. So that's the first British word that we can look at today. A tad. Feel free. I'm going to. Elida, hello, and buenas tardes to you as well, Elida. Welcome to today's lesson. So yeah, we're looking at the word tad. I just want to make sure that you guys can all use this word. So let's see if let's see how you guys use it with this one. Okay, so we're looking at the word tad. Just to remind you, it's little or small. Okay, and I would like you guys to try and complete this sentence with our first British word. Okay, so let's go with Sergio. I'm late today. No worries, Sergio. That's absolutely fine. You're only a tad late, which means a little. So let's see where you guys can, how you guys can create a sentence. So the question is, would you like more? Would you like more? Now it's something that has to be filled up. So let's go with, would you like more water? That's the question. How can you reply? using tad, asking for a small amount. So I used one before, just a tad. Just a tad, please. So let's see how you guys choose to use it. So you need to try and respond to the question with would you like more water, and you need to use tad. So create a sentence, okay, a sentence with tad. Don't forget, if you look up through the chat over here, you will be able to see some examples already of how to use this word tad. Just a tad, please. Okay. I should tell you that when you use tad, it is a noun, and you always have an article. So Sandra says, I would like a tad, please. Excellent. Very good. That's a really good example of how to use the word, and that would make sense. That's very British of you, Sandra. So a tad, that's how we would use it all the time, and it is it's a noun as well. So we are off to a really good start over here. Okay. Let's see if there's anything before I move on that I could probably suggest as well. Yeah, we can actually use it. Alina says, only a tad, please. Yes, that's really good. Excellent. We can also use it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I think that's a good start to the lesson. So let's yeah. So it's a noun. It can also be used as an adverb as well, meaning slightly. So that's the first one. Let's dive in to the next one. And I think the next one that we can go with is, you know what? I think we can go with this. Now, it can be quite a difficult word to pronounce, but it's a great word to know. Okay. Okay. It's called tickety-boo. Tickety-boo. So you've got ticket, and you add a Y, tickety, tickety, ticket, tickety. And then you've got boo at the end. So it's tickety-boo. This is a fantastic one. So my example sentence over here is, let's go with this, okay? Now that's the definition, actually. Something that is tickety-boo is satisfactory and in good order. So, for example, you could say, how's the new, let's say, how's the new car? How's the new car? Is it, does it drive well, for example? Okay, so let's say that's the question. And you can reply saying, it is tickety-boo. It's interesting. I've never heard tad before. Yes, Sandra, it is, you know what? It's not one of those, the words I'm going to show you here are not words that you would normally learn when learning English as a second language, because when you learn English as a second language, you learn what we would call international English, English that people can understand across the world. To learn something very specific like British English is something actually in its own right slightly different, because you have to learn local language, and tad and tickety-boo is an example. Bruno says, yes, Bruno Okada says, everything is tickety-boo. Excellent. That's exactly how we use it. You've got to have the you've got to have the verb to be and tickety-boo. So how is everything working Oh yeah, for instance, how's the new program on your computer working? Ah, it's tickety-boo. So yeah, it's a really nice word. I like it, tickety-boo. So I'm going to ask you guys a question, and you can reply just how you would reply using tickety-boo. So let's go with the question. Is the, let's see, yes, is the, so maybe you're in an apartment and you have a washing machine and you've had problems with the washing machine. So the person might ask you, is the washing machine now working for you? Let's see how you respond. You need to use the word tickety-boo. Tickety-boo. It can be a difficult one to say, but you just have to just think of ticket and add E at the end. Tickety. Tickety-boo. Everything is tickety-boo, as Bruno Carter has said. So LBS Com has said, can I use tickety-boo in a polite conversation? Yes, you can use tickety-boo in a polite conversation. It's informal. It's important to remember tickety-boo is informal. I wouldn't use it in a very formal setting. I mean, it's polite English nonetheless, but you can use it in social conversation. Alida says, yes, it's tickety-boo now. Yeah, very good. Sandra says, my English teacher here at home came from Great Britain. I will ask him next time. Okay. Excellent. I look forward to what the question is. So we've now looked at tickety-boo. Let's look at another one. This is a good one, and I personally quite like it. It's informal English, and we would say wally. You can say, oh, it's a fun way, though. It's a fun, it's important to know it's a fun, playful word to call someone silly. Okay, so maybe they've done something silly. Now, if you want to know what silly means, silly simply means something that that was a bit stupid, maybe stupid. This isn't going to be over something serious. This is going to be, for instance, you're trying to cook. You're trying to cook a cake. Sorry, you're trying to bake a cake, or you're trying to cook food, and you do something silly, maybe by accident, and you can say in a fun, playful way, you can say, "Oh, you Wally," or "What a Wally." Okay. So that's what we mean, and we would use it especially, for instance, you can even use it when watching football. So if you're watching sport and you're watching football and your team misses an easy chance to score a goal, you can say, "Oh, what a Wally." I support Manchester United, so I have been saying "what a Wally" a lot recently. So Bruno says, inept person? No, I wouldn't go as far as saying the person is inept, unless if they are a really, really bad cook, maybe. Your joke is Wally? No, we would still go with your joke is silly. Wally has to be used with a person. So a person is a Wally. So it is a noun. Okay, Wally. And it's a silly mistake, let's say. So for instance, let's say you're trying to put pepper, okay, or salt. Yeah, that's it. Okay, you're cooking and you want to put a bit of salt in, and the top falls off, and all the salt falls into the food. That would be a moment to call the person, "Oh, you Wally." So it's usually like an unintentional it's a mistake, really, and it's a type of mistake that that maybe the person wouldn't normally make, but it's just unlucky. So for example, I'll write it down here. and you guys have to say, for instance, you can use it as you wally, what a wally, and plural, what a bunch of wallies. That would be for a football team, to be honest, when they're playing really, really badly. You can say, what a bunch of wallies. So I'm going to come out with something, and you then have to reply with a fun way of saying you wally, basically. So let's go with John is making what is he making? He is making vodka, and he pours too much vodka and ruins the cocktail. He's on a date, and the drink tastes really bad. He sees his mistake and laughs at himself. So you can call him a wally. So let me know. Just let's see how you choose to use wally. But yes, I mean, usually we would use the term wally as well when the person knows that they've made a mistake. It would also be a little bit like, you know, you send an email and you forget to attach a document, for example, or you don't operate Excel very well. But really and truly, usually you're just going to go with the pronoun you wally, or what a wally. Those are really the only two ways you can use it, but it's a great one to use. I suppose you could say, for instance, if you're hearing a story, for example, you can also say, for instance, oh, I'm such a wally, says Alida. Yes, that's excellent. That's exactly how you can use it. You can call yourself a wally, for example. You can also say I'm glad you put such, actually, because you can use it like that. I'm such a wally. She's such a wally. He's such a wally. I would say it might be to do with something very specific as well. So excellent. We've now looked at a couple of few words. Let's look at another one. This is a good one. John has looked a total wally. He didn't care. Yes, well done, Bruno. You can use it like that. He's such a wally. Excellent, really good. Okay, this is the next one, and the pronunciation of this is zonked. So you've got the K-E-D, so it's kt, zonked, zonked. To get the k and t sound, you need to do that sort of k. No vowel in between. You go straight from. It has to be a K. It has to be a K T sound. Okay, so there's no vowel sound at the end here. It's actually just one vowel sound. Zonk, on. Okay, zonked. I'm going to give you an example of how we can use this, and I want to see if you guys can guess what it means. So my example sentence is, I was, totally zonked work. Okay. I was totally zonked after work. So Sergio says noise from bus. Maybe it does have a sound, maybe from a bus, like yes, with the door opening. Yeah, actually, with the door opening, it makes that sound. Yes, Sergio. Sandra says, is telly for television British slang? Yes, Sandra, telly is short for television. Actually, that reminds me. Ask me what tomato ketchup is. About after this, I will tell you what tomato ketchup is in English. Tomato ketchup. I personally like to use this term for tomato ketchup, along with McDonald's actually. So I will tell you after this one what tomato ketchup and McDonald's, how you say tomato ketchup and McDonald's in British slang. I will tell you. But first of all, we've got this. I was totally zonked after work. Do you think it means A, full of beans, another English term which is full of energy? Or do you think it's B, which means really tired? Alida, well done. You quite even finished writing. Zonked would be exhausted. Yes, I was totally zonked. I was really, really tired. The opposite would be beans. I'm full of beans. So yes, well done. B is the answer. Now the opposite to zonked would be beans. I'm full of beans. So I'm full of energy, and maybe even you might say positive energy. I'm full of beans. That would be positive energy. So well done there, guys. It's B, zonked. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys a question, and you need to come out. You need to reply with zonked. Okay. So my question is, do you want to go out tonight? So that's my question. Would we use zonked as in to mean to hit someone? No, I don't think so. I can't think of an example. You would use it maybe if the person has been knocked out, maybe, or extremely tied in the game, but to actually hit someone, no. We would use different words to hit someone. So, do you want to go out tonight? And yeah, you need to reply to me, and you need to use the word zonked as well. Okay. So let's see what you guys reply. So Sandra says, unfortunately, I can't sleep last night. I am totally zonked. I can't sleep. Okay, if you use last night, then we would have to say, unfortunately, I couldn't. So you've got to make sure can't and couldn't is, if you use last night, then you'd have to use couldn't. I'm totally zonked. But I think in this relation, you would probably change your answer to unfortunately not. I'm totally zonked. That would make a bit more sense. So unfortunately, I can't. Full stop. I'm totally zonked. So you've got a few options to play around there. So don't forget, zonked is you're exhausted. You definitely can't go out. Sergio says, no, I'm zonked today. I'll rest. That's good. Alida says, I would love to, but I'm really zonked. Great. Cool. Awesome. Now, tomato ketchup. Tomato ketchup, British version of tomato ketchup is... I wonder if anyone actually already knows this. Yeah. Tommy K or Tommy K sauce. So tomato ketchup in English, if you ask, can I have some Tommy K, they mean tomato ketchup. So that is tomato ketchup in English. okay, everybody uses tomato ketchup, but the slang version or the short version for tomato ketchup is Tommy K. I like a bit of Tommy K. Can I have a tad more of Tommy K, please? Okay, so, and the other one, what was it? What did I say again? I remember there was another one that I was going to tell you about. Remember? I can't remember now. Maybe it will come back to me later. Okay, so yes, it is weird. Tommy K is out today. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's continue with this. I can't remember the other one I was going to tell you about. Let's go for oh, this is a good one. Now in England, we are using this a lot. Okay, so this one is called sod's law. Okay, and sod's law is if something bad can happen, it will happen. And when it happens, you would say, "Oh, sod's law." So if you, for instance, if someone says, let's say you really wanted a really good pizza, okay? You've been looking forward to this pizza all day. You haven't had pizza in a really long time, and it's burnt. It's really bad. And you would say to yourself, oh, sod's law, just when I wanted pizza, it's bad. So you could say, oh, sod's law. Come on, there we go. Just when I wanted a pizza, it is burnt. Yeah, it's very much like Murphy's Law, Arena F. That's correct. Sod's Law, Murphy's Law, very closely related. Yeah, it means it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Okay, so for instance, at the moment, you know, in Malta, for instance, or depending where you live, you know, coronavirus, for example, let's say the numbers came down and down and down, and then you can go out again, and sod's law, coronavirus goes back up. Sergio says, I speak it when start rain in Ireland. I did exchange there. Oh, you started to use it when you went to Ireland. Okay. Yes, it rains often there. It commune rain there. I would say instead of commune, I would go with it often rains, Sergio. I would just go with that standard adverb of frequency. And that's how you just use it. Sod's law, or it's sod's. Okay, so that's how you can use it. Let's go for another one, and I think this is a good one. This is a good one, and I really like this one myself. Sod's law doesn't really exist, says Arena F. Sod's law doesn't really exist. Well, yeah, it's not a. I would say it's not a real thing, other than it's an expression, really. Turn off, or what we would call it's just a phrase, really. Do you know easy peasy? Yes, I love it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy is the whole thing, actually. The whole phrase to that is easy peasy, lemon. No, what is it? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's the whole thing, actually. That's the whole saying, actually. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yes. Sandra, actually, can you give us an example of how to use easy peasy or easy peasy, lemon squeezy? What does it mean? Well, it simply means something very easy. So we use. It's a piece of cake. Yeah, absolutely, all good synonyms. Now, this one that I was going to introduce you to. Okay, this is a really good one. And very, very English, actually, I should say. But let me introduce it to you. Poppycock. Okay, so you can also say, this homework is easy peasy for me, says Sandra. Yes, absolutely. That was a mistake. I didn't want to share that. Okay, so how to use poppycock. What poppycock? What a load of poppycock. That poppycock. Okay, so if you want to use this one, you just have to use it like that. Okay, what poppycock? What a load of poppycock. That's poppycock. Okay. What do you think it means? I'm going to write a sentence, and you guys can try and think what this means. So, someone says, "Did you know that?" Oh, Bruno Okada, very good. Yes, it does mean nonsense. Yes, it means nonsense. It's quite strong. So, for instance, if someone says, "Did you know that garlic? If you put garlic on your feet, it solves back pain, for example." So, did you know that? Gosh, no, that's good. Wait a minute. That's not good English. One moment. I'll rewrite that. So let's start again there. Did you know that if? Okay, so did you know that if you put garlic on your feet, it solves back pain? And that should actually be a question, but never mind. So then you would have to respond to this. So I would like you guys just respond to this statement here, however you feel, but you need to use poppycock, okay? And like Bruno Okada has said, it means nonsense, rubbish, total rubbish. Actually, it's got a few meanings. So total rubbish. Total rubbish, utter nonsense, nonsense, for example, is poppycock. Okay, so it's total rubbish, it's utter nonsense. That is poppycock. Come on, that's poppycock, says Alida. Yes, it is. Well done. Very good, Alida. And yeah, poppycock. So that's a good one to know. Now, I think this one is a really good one to know. The next one. And I think it's something that you guys can definitely use on a daily basis as well. Well, depending on the weather, it's definitely weather dependent. So let's look at this. Brolly. What do you think brolly is? My example sentence. So, what do you think a brolly is? It's raining outside. Do you have a brolly? Brolly. Potentially a little bit difficult with the double L. Brolly. Lee. Brolly. Sandra says umbrella. Do you guys agree with Sandra? Do you think it means umbrella? Do you have a brolly? Could be, says Alida. Yep, and the answer is yes. Brolly is umbrella. So you could say, do you have a brolly? Yes, I have a brolly. So that's that. Bruno agrees. Good, excellent, well done. Now, let's move on to the next one, and then we're going to finish. We're going to see how many of these you remember. So I want to finish off with a good one that I think is. I want to try and make. Yes, I think this could be a good one. There's quite a few I could go for. But in the end, I think I'll go for this one. Yep. So we're going to go for this one. This is the last one. And I think this is something that you guys can probably go for, that you can use. Bog standard. Bog standard. It's a bog standard car. Not the best, but it'll get you there. So what do you think bog standard means? Does it mean A, really good, B, really bad, or C, the basic level? It's a bog standard car, or it's bog standard. It's a bog standard car. Alida and Sandra agree that it is C, and that's because it is C. Bog standard. It's a bog standard car. It's a bog standard TV. Well done, Sergio. It is C. It's bog standard. It means it's the basic level. Arena F also agrees that it is C. Good, excellent, well done. Bog standard. So if I were to ask you guys at the moment, can you think of anything that is your example of something that is a bog standard? Bruno Carter agrees that it is C. So guys, can you think of anything that is bog standard? I'm going to give you an idea. For instance, what do you think? What do you think is an example of a bog standard? I was going to go with a car. But instead, I think I'm going to go with, it's really quite, I think of a good one that kind of makes it narrow. I don't want to give you unlimited amounts of options. I'll tell you what, just for the sake of it, I'm just going to go with phone. Let's see what you guys say. What do you think is an example of a bog standard phone? I was going to go with something else, but I know that not everyone here who's watching might know about what a bog standard car in Malta is. So if you have any ideas, feel free to write it over here. Unfortunately, I can't really think of another type of question. I should be able to, but never mind. So we've looked at quite a few things today. We have got. Okay, so we've looked at the following. We've looked at bog standard. We've looked at brolly. We've looked at poppycock. We've looked at, what else did we look at? Oh, yeah, easy peasy. Tommy K, can't forget Tommy K. Sod's Law. Zonked. Full of beans. And at the start, we also looked at, oh yes, we also looked at like the likes of Wally and stuff. Okay, so we've looked at quite a few things today, and of course we can't forget Tad either. So we've looked at quite a few things today. Sergio says bog standard is as usual, but not incredible. No, it's definitely not incredible. This phone is bog standard device. If you're going to finish with a noun, then you'll need your article before bog standard. A bog standard device. Excellent. Well done, guys. Really well done today. Yep, yes, I knew what you meant, Sergio. So we've looked at quite a few typical English words, British English words for you today. I'm going to finish off with one more, and this one is chinwag. I enjoy a good chinwag. Simply means I like a good chat, which means talking with someone. So you would say to your friend, let's catch up and have a good chinwag. Let's catch up and have a good chinwag. So chinwag. And the reason why we call it a chinwag, because this is your chin, and when you speak, it goes up and down, and it wags like a dog's tail. So when a dog's tail does this, that's called wagging. The dog's tail wags. So a tail doing this, that's wags. Okay, guys, and that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very, very much for all of you joining today, and I hope that you can leave today feeling that you can actually start to use some of these words straight away outside of class. Or maybe if you can't go around speaking, maybe you can actually try and use them online when you speak to other people. We've got the thumbs up. Yeah, like. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. And share with other people. Tomorrow, we're going to look at tongue twisters so we can try and develop our pronunciation. So you're welcome, Sergio. Thank you for joining. Arena F, thank you very much for an interesting lesson. You're welcome, Arena. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Alida says, very interesting. I didn't know any of those words. Excellent. I'm very pleased you enjoyed the lesson and you learnt some things as well, Alida. So thank you very much. Also, a big thank you. So a big thank you to Alida, sorry, Avina F, Sergio, Sandra, Bruno Okada. I think I've said Arena F. Anyone else that I might have missed out? I know that LVS.com as well. Thank you for watching today. And anyone else who was watching. So thank you very much to everyone for watching. And I hope you have a really good evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. You're welcome, Sandra. Thank you very much. Yasa, thank you for watching. I'm glad that you enjoyed the lesson and found it unique. So yes, see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock for tongue twisters. We're going to develop our pronunciation and of course, make sure that you like, subscribe and share videos and share the channel with anyone you know who wants to learn English. And don't forget, in the description, in all of our videos, you can find the link to our website. So if you want to find out how you can learn English at AM Language in Malta, just click there. And if you want to follow us on social media, you can also find all the links to that. So guys, have a great evening. See you tomorrow and bye for now. Oh, that's a point. Ta-ta. That's what I'm going to finish off with. Ta-ta. Okay, so ta-ta in English. Okay, what does that mean? Well, I think you can probably guess, but if you say ta-ta, it simply means bye-bye. So ta-ta for now, bye for now. Ta-ta, everyone.